This is 2004. January 5th. What's that?
It says, I returned with Mom and Dad from Indiana. And I'm not sure who this is, but somebody had, it must have been Dad must have been having surgery because he had to, maybe it was a knee replacement because he saw Dr. Landsberg and had different things done, cardiology, stress tests, and then he had surgery on the 9th of January.
I remember him having those surgeries, yeah.
And then he left the hospital and went to Tennessee Christian.
Remember that. I remember you guys going over there.
I've got Hollins came in for a visit. They must have come in to see him, and I must have taken him to the Opryland Hotel.
This is at 2004 January. Is this when we got that plant that's still upstairs? That's 16 years old now. And didn't we get a plant during this?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think it's that same plant we got upstairs.
We went to...
What was that plant called? What's it called?
It's a philodendron.
Philodendron. We've had 16 years.
Wow. I've got Red Lobster with Brad and Stephanie. And it looks like Dad went home on the 23rd, so he must have, that wasn't too bad. That was pretty fast.
2 or 3 weeks he was down here.
That's about right. Okay. Although I don't know here, on February 10th, I've got Kabuto for Dad and Keith's birthdays. So maybe. Okay, no, he was still here then. Okay. We went to Pro Bass.
He was here quite a while.
Yeah, on February 18th. Well, he had to have some physical therapy. Had lunch at Bob Evans. And on the 22nd then of February,
I've got some pictures of, no, not Bob Evans. I'm thinking of something else with Brad in it. But anyway, go ahead.
On the 22nd of February, Dad went back to Indiana.
So he's a month here.
Yeah, that's about right. Met Dana and family in Louisville. Stephanie helping. Stephanie was apparently part of the picture then. Yeah. Lunch Big Boy. Okay, and then March doesn't look very busy. Me, Green Hills with Brad. I bet we were doing a flea market.
Green Hills is an antique mall.
Antique mall, yeah. 13th of March. Brad was Green Hills.
We didn't have the Green Hills store, did we? That's possible, Brad. If you had Brad in Green Hills, that makes more sense. We had a store in Green Hills that we split with Pesca one time, and Brad ended up running it after Pesca quit and left, and we had the whole store to ourselves for a while.
The 28th of March, it looks like I went back down to Mother's and Dad's, and I took
Green Hills,
yeah, Mom and Dad to Pro Bass. That was one of our trips up there. I'd like to go there again.
Pro Bass is here, isn't it? No, that's Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Pro Bass. I don't know.
I know. Red Lobster and Jungle Gyms. That's where I'd want to go. Would be Jungle Gyms. And watched Pirates of the Caribbean with Mom. Came home the next day. Dr. Miller Pop. I don't know what that is. Got groceries at Sam's. It was a busy weekend. Okay, so now we're into April.
Breakfast somewhere. House of Pancakes.
Brad and I are still working the Green Hills thing.
Yeah.
On the 10th. Okay, made late lunch.
Brad, JT, Jeff, Keith. Who's JT and Jeff?
Somebody. Jason, Tammy, and Jeff? Maybe.
I
and
guess
Keith.
they had a Jeff. Yeah. Okay.
Nice visit.
Mm-hmm.
Dinner with Brad and Steph at Rafferty's.
Mm-hmm.
Jake, okay, must have had a hospital inspection. That's Jaco. It was finished, and we must have done great.
Mm-hmm.
Brad here on the 17th, working on the boat. Me grilling for he and Stephanie. Got a new grill. Still having periods in. On the 18th, which was Sunday, we went to breakfast at Cracker Barrel with Brad and Stephanie and Keith. New TV,
VCR
and
TV.
TiVo.
Oh, is it TiVo?
TiVo there.
Okay, yeah.
What's TiVo?
TiVo in 2004 was the first DVR. In other words, we could record a program without the VCR tape. And we had TiVo, and it was a big deal back then. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Once again, I worked a lot at Green Hills on Saturdays, it looks like.
Looks like Brad's down there running that Green Hills store, and Shirley's going down to oversee him or help him or both. And we did sell some stuff down there, and he probably needed help on the weekends.
On the 25th of April, John and I ate at the House of Pancakes, International House of Pancakes.
I help.
Oh, okay. Sam's, the kids went boating.
Yeah.
Okay. Grilled chicken for Brad, Stephanie, and I wonder who Millie is.
I don't know, but I remember a story about that period of time when we had that store down there. We had sold somebody, and the guy had a son that Brad did something to on the lake. It made the kid mad, and we lost the sale because the dad got mad because Brad got, dissed the son or something. It was a crazy situation.
Okay, now we're in May. Brad at Myra's.
Myra's is up on the other side of Hendersonville, where we had some furniture, and every now and then she'd let us have a flea market in the parking lot, and we did real good there. Brad did good selling stuff at Myra's. Yeah.
On the 2nd, we had dinner at Loco Lupi's with Mike Davis.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that says.
Closing up early. Yeah.
Okay, it looks like we went to Cancun on the 6th of May.
Well, this would have been when we took the Tammy and Stephanie.
Think? I don't see anything about it.
I don't either, but I don't, and at this point in time, I'm not the boss. I'm working TVA accounts and sales, so I don't remember going to Cancun unless we had a group. How come it doesn't say anything there? Is it just that one thing to Cancun? Or?
That says BJ and Sandy in. Then it's got Cancun.
I don't know.
Well, here it's got Shellha.
Yeah. Well, that's with Stephanie and Tammy. You just didn't write it in.
Okay, lobster party and cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And we came home
That
on the 9th.
That was a big deal trip when the 6 of us went to Cancun. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, we were still working Green Hills on the 15th.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, I don't know what that says. Okay, on the 20th, I met Dana at Louisville, and I picked up Mom and Dad. We were going all over the place all the time. We went to Florida.
I'll be darned.
Stayed in a place called Huntington by the Sea. I liked that place, I remember.
Whether I went on this trip or not, it's hard to say. I don't recall. Most of them I did, but 2 or 3 of them I didn't. Yeah. 1 or 2 of them. Ate
at another Broken Egg.
Mm-hmm.
Bay Wharf at Sandestin. Captain Dave's. Mm-hmm. For some reason I got car problems down there, but we returned home.
Okay. All right.
Up with Keith's car. Oh, Christ Hospital in Sands. And returned home. Don't know. Then on the 28th, it looks like we took Brad and Stephanie to Dale Hollow. We went a lot of places.
Got back from Florida with the Dale Hollow?
Yeah. Must have had the Aurora then, because I got repaired lights.
I was going to say, the Aurora, it was a real good car, but we may have had a couple problems with it. I don't know. But we probably did drive it to Florida and back and here and there.
Okay, now we're in June.
What's that?
Big fight with John regarding a dog. I don't even know what that was.
It might have been about that time I was wanting a dog or something, or 2004, and you didn't want me to have a dog. You didn't want a dog at the time, because it was really 2008 by the time I got a dog. So it took 4 more years of yakking at you to get baby.
And hit head on glass door. Still working Green Hills.
All right, June. Brad and Steph. Dinner at Cabuto. I went to Chattanooga. Brad drinking what? Something.
Stephanie moved out, so they must have fallen apart then.
Stephanie moved out.
Oh, it looks like the next day that I got it, she moved back in. So.
Yeah, Stephanie and Brad were having problems.
Incident with the crazy realtor.
Crazy realtor?
I wonder what that was.
A crazy realtor. I remember Brad had an incident down at the store, but I don't remember a realtor being involved.
Okay, this is the next thing of significance. Is Steve in?
Steve comes in on
29th of June.
2004. I'm wondering, when he comes in, most of the time he brings somebody with him, like his whole family, Toddy and everybody. I don't know whether that was a 2004 or what.
Then we go to July.
Louisville, something. Hendersonville, something.
Okay, this week's got more in it. Okay, but whatever. Steve left on the 11th.
Sometimes he would come and then he'd go visiting with Dad or something.
Okay, Dad had a colonoscopy down here on the 14th of July. Steve must have been in and out. I got Steve in and then Steve back. Boat ride, we ate at Anchor High. Opry Mills on the 16th. And on Saturday, Rivergate Mall.
We had a little in aisleway store at Rivergate Mall.
Oh, here we had Brad and Mom and Dad. We had dinner at the Aquarium, which was a restaurant over at Opry Mills.
Opry Mills at that point. We went by there yesterday. Yeah.
Mom and Dad home. Steve and Keith got back from wherever they had gone on the 20th.
Okay. See, Dad traveled with Steve when they came in, and Steve would come in like that. They'd take off and go someplace together.
Okay, then August. Looks like John and I went to Memphis. Oh, and that's when I got to the pyramid was there.
Okay, and we saw an exhibit.
The Masters of Florence. So I'd love to go there when he went over there.
Well, I don't know that I went over there. We may have done it on our own. I wasn't traveling for meetings like I did in the 90s. If I went to a meeting, it would have been a TVA type thing or something. Yeah.
Looks like I was having trouble with at work with Jan and Hazel or something. Still doing Green Hills on Sunday. Saturdays. On the 17th, John went to Tupelo.
That would be a TVA. Tupelo.
Okay. Ooh, I had a massage. I need to get more of those. I haven't had any in a while. And
remember why? Of course, I could have went and looked at it right away or something with Foley or somebody.
You returned on the 22nd. Looked like my Aunt Lois died on the 26th. Offer House on Sequoia.
Sequoia. This is about the time the boys bought their houses.
I think Sequoia's right around here somewhere. Green Hills. I'm still doing Green Hills. Looks like I was tired. I spent the 29th, which was Sunday, at home. Something about a hot tub. Anything about a hot tub?
Not really. I don't remember any hot tub since I don't know when.
I was back into the hospital at 3 a.m. and then I've got Kay on the boat. Wonder if Dad had died by then.
2004, no. He didn't die until 2010. Now, my dad died this year in November.
Okay.
Yep.
September. Hot air balloon ride. This is when we had our hot air balloon ride.
All right, yeah, that was my birthday. September 5th, 2004. How old would I be? I'd be 54-ish, probably. Yeah, and 20 years ago.
Yeah, we went over and we got up in the hot air balloon and we went up above. It was so foggy up in there we couldn't. It was real foggy that day and we couldn't see a whole lot.
Yeah, but I remember touching the trees a little bit, and then we landed over by in Franklin, over by the new hotels over there, Marriott area, and the clouds finally lifted. Yeah.
Keith to hospital this week, and he was discharged without surgery.
Okay, 2004. Yeah.
Okay, I went to Indiana again on the 12th of September. John went to Tupelo.
I can't imagine going to Tupelo twice. I just don't remember doing those things that much. I can remember being at Tupelo once or twice, but.
So on the 30th of September, Keith was ill again.
He's getting close to where he goes in the hospital and doesn't come out. If he passed away in 2004, because here we are, October.
See what all this is about. October, Stephanie, Brad, and I to Indiana. Stayed at the Hilton Garden. This is somebody's wedding. Whose wedding would it have been?
You saw Arlie and Loy.
Call from Elaine.
Was this Dana's wedding? No, Stephanie didn't go with you to Dana's wedding.
I don't know. There was a rehearsal dinner.
I don't know whose wedding Stephanie would have went to, because she wasn't in the pictures for Dana.
Okay, on the 3rd, brunch with Sarah's.
Sarah?
To Mom and Dad's.
Dinner at Linda and Applebee's. And my dad went to the hospital again.
Keith went to the hospital. Visit Uncle Ed. I think that. I had an Uncle Ed. He was married to Janet.
Not me.
It's weird. Late lunch at Steak and Shake. Something we must have. Gatlinburg. Dinner with Brad and Sarah at Applebee's.
Yeah. Okay, here we are, October 6th. Dad had surgery. BJ and Mike came in. So this is when Dad had his surgery on October 6th, 2004, and he died in like 3 or 4 weeks later.
That must have been a busy week, because it looks like my mom and dad were here too, because I got Mom and Dad driving home.
Yeah.
Mike's family in.
So they all came in to see Dad. Yeah.
And my Mom and Dad were here too.
I guess so.
Okay, week of August, first full week in August, we was busy.
October,
sorry. Okay.
Brad and Jason went to High Point. That's when we went to High Point for these furniture shows. But with Dad being in hospital, it doesn't compute. But maybe that's why I didn't go there. Okay, Dad went from
intensive care to the floor on the 15th.
Yeah. And that's when he just couldn't swallow. He was kind of there that whole time. And then he started drifting out, but he couldn't swallow, and we couldn't get him to get going again.
Okay, John to High Point. Mike back.
Golly, I guess I went to High Point when Dad was in the hospital. Ugh. I guess we had it set up and paid for maybe. And I remember going to High Point. I mean, Brad and Jason went there and they started the show out. And then I went there and brought stuff home and by myself. That was a heck of a long trip.
Well, here we go.
It wasn't very good.
Here's when he died. Keith died on the 1st of November.
1st of November.
What year was
well,
this?
I'm trying to, it's 2004, but I'm trying to think, when am I in High Point? Indiana. No, okay, this is November. Let me go back to October. I'm trying to figure out if I literally went to High Point and got back.
All right there.
Okay, so that was the middle of the month, and Dad was still in the hospital. I probably was just gone a couple days, and then I got back before he died. And then we all went to the Indiana for his funeral on the 5th of November.
Okay, so you emptied his apartment,
Came back.
and then Steve went home on November 12th.
See, we didn't say when Steve came in, but he came in a few days before Dad died from Indonesia, a special trip in before Dad passed away. Yep.
Okay. Brad taking the Aurora and Jason the Intrepid.
So it sounds that to me that sounds like that's when they took over those cars, possibly. I don't know. That makes a lot of sense. I thought Jason had the Cadillac Escalade. Maybe he got Escalade and the Intrepid. I don't know.
Okay, this week I got Miss Saigon, pretty good. We had dinner at the Aquarium restaurant, which was over at Opry Mills. And Christmas show, Opryland with John's BASF rep
Okay.
and friends, and I got it was fun.
Okay. And then we went over here to the New Orleans. Is that I don't know whether it's
Dinner New Orleans with John's group.
Okay. So
Where was the New Orleans restaurant?
well, that was over by the airport. We used to go
Oh
there.
yeah, that was a neat place.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, this is when I guess Brad got his house, because I got
Okay.
Brad closing on his house
December
on the 13th.
13th, 2004. Okay. Stephanie's still with him at this point, I think.
Yeah. Work group at Hazel's. We had a nice time on the 18th of December. This is all Christmas stuff. I don't know what that is. On Christmas that year, Brad, Stephanie, Jason, and Tammy in, and Skipper here. Skipper was their dog.
Yeah, well, and just died a couple of years ago here at 20 plus years old. Hey, that's it. That's December. December 2004.